So we're about 2 months away from the NFL, and I thought I would give my preview of every NFL team up for the 2022 season and give my thoughts of where they're going to be going off from the draft and how they did from the trades in the offseason and stuff like that. So we're starting off in the NFC South with the Atlanta Falcons, who finished third last season with Arthur Smith as their head coach. And this is a big transitional period for the Falcons. They're going to have 15 years of having a franchise quarterback in Matt Ryan. They should have maybe traded him last year. Well, let's be honest. Like with the quarterback class that we had last year, with Mac Jones and we had Zach Wilson and we had Justin Fields and we had forgetting somebody else, but we had a great draft class for 2021. We go into this year, and then you decide to get a quarterback in this draft class, which is not the best draft class because, like I said in the majority of these videos, the best three quarterbacks in this draft class this year were Malik Willis, you had Kenny Pickett, and you had Matt Corral. And then you had Malik Willis go fourth overall. But again, in the NFC South, you're just going to have the Bucks are going to go again. They're going to win the division. And then to fourth to second, it's going to be a gamble who the hell's going to get it after that, because you look at the Saints. They haven't got a new quarterback. They stayed with Jameis Winston for $17 million. Then you have a couple of days ago, Charlotte traded for Baker Midfield. So again, they had Sam Darnold, who they got off from the Jets, but they have now Baker Midfield from the Browns. But anyway, that's another thing I'm going to talk about. But on to Atlanta. So like I said, they have a new quarterback, they have a new wide receiver, and they had Desmond Ridder as a quarterback. Now, I haven't watched much of Desmond Ridder on tape, but again, you could have gotten Malik Willis. If you had Justin Fields last year, you would have actually had him as a starting quarterback last year, and you would have seen how he was going to be. But again, you've got Desmond Ridder. He could be good, but honestly, I don't know if he's the dude or not in Atlanta. But he has to start that first game. I don't want to see. We see it over the years, this old NFL mindset that fans have is, we'll have the NFL learn behind the established quarterback. No, stop doing that rule, because that rule fucking sucks. What you should be doing is acting like an actual franchise that actually wants to contend for winning your division or challenging for your division, and then going to the playoffs and getting to the divisional rounds and then the championship rounds and then finally appearing in the Super Bowl. And, with Desmond Ridder, I think he's 20, 21. So, again, he's still got a lot of time to grow in the NFL. But he has to start the first game against the Saints and see what you have then. Because at least if you start him, you don't want to have like a Trey Lance in San Francisco when him and Jimmy G was swapping the starting positions at quarterback. Again, Trey Lance's year was wasted because of that. This is Desmond Ridder's rookie year, and you need to establish what you have now so that you can build around him and find out his strengths and weaknesses, and then see if he is the dude or not. And then they have wide receiver Drake London again. I haven't seen much of him on tape, but so he could be a good acquisition. But I did have some stats that I had for Drake London. He had 160 reps. His yards were 2,153 yards. He averaged 13.5. He had 15 rushing touchdowns. He started 15 rushing touchdowns in 27 games. And he started 23. He received 100 yards. But again, like I said, the NFC South is very wide open. But there's the Bucks at the top, and then there's Atlanta. Whoever goes second, because again, you look at, like I said, Charlotte, they're a dumpster fire right now. You have the Saints that, again, keep swapping the quarterbacks, and then you have Desmond Ridder, who, again, he's unproven. You don't know what he's going to be. But overall, my predictions for Atlanta, where they're going to be in the season, I would say that they're going to be second in their division and maybe make the playoffs. But again, I think they're going to be second. So it's going to be Bucks first and then Atlanta second.